It's time to discuss the business stories of the day, and with me to do just that is Nina Dar, who is a business consultant. Welcome to Channel M today. Before we get into the meat of it all, a little bit about you. How long have you been working in the world of business consultancy?
About 15 years.
Right. What was your background? I mean, straight from university into that, or did you work in business?
Well, I've worked in change management for lots of the big names like AstraZeneca, Norwich Union, Amtrak, and then that led to me setting up my own consultancy, Cheeky Monkey Business Solutions.
Which is a terrific name. and obviously, you're very well qualified then to talk about the business stories of the day, of which there are many. The interest rates, we'll deal with that first because that was the one that was announced today. The Bank of England has left them at 0.5%. No real surprise there, I don't think.
No. What could they do?
Well, you tell me. They could have put them up, they could have left them, or they could have reduced it to nothing, neither of which would have been a very sensible move, I would imagine. No,
it just gives us a bit of stability, doesn't it? Everyone's feeling now they know where they are. We've got the VAT increase coming through anyway at the end of the year. Yeah. So they're just doing what they can, I think, to keep things stable. OK, let's look at a specific story that relates to people who may be watching. They may be employees. Royal Mail has reported a 4% rise in operating profit. It's £184 million. Now, we reported on Channel M News extensively the strikes. So the workers may be saying, hang on a minute, we were striking, and yet you're making those profits. But that isn't. This is a plan that's been in place a long time, isn't it, to get to this position? Yeah, Royal Mail put together a change programme 4 or 5 years ago, and they negotiated with the workers at the time of putting that plan together, and they've been executing that plan. Obviously, a change programme over that length of time creates trouble along the way, doesn't it, where people are in a different environment, they see different things happening, and that's what's recently happened with the strikes with Royal Mail. But this does show that if you stay firm to your programme of change, you will start to see some benefits. Yeah, but you're there to advise the chief executives and the business leaders who make the decisions. It's difficult if you are the union rep or if you're on the shop floor, isn't it? It is really difficult to be on the receiving end. I mean, employee engagement, true change, is so important, and that's where a lot of these things break down. You know, we always promote real good communications, making people part of the change programme, and I'm sure Royal Mail have been doing that, but it's such a vast organisation, you're not going to please everyone, are you? They recognise they had to change their working practices, and they have done, and unfortunately, as a consequence of that, some people are no longer part of the operation. A local firm's done quite well as well. Cousins, Stockport-based, and again, £100 million profits at a time when everywhere else is telling me the world's in recession and everybody's going belly up. So what are they doing right? They've had a cheeky monkey in there, for a start. Well, OK, you must declare your interest here, so you consult for them, OK. Yeah. But the fact remains they're doing well at a time of, you know, recession. So what are they doing, or what have you advised them to do that have made them turn this massive profit? Well, I can't take all the credit there. Okay. They have a really forward-thinking board at PZ Cousins. About 5 years ago, they set out a very clear change programme, and they have stayed rock steady to that, even though the environment around them has changed. So they have all the same problems as everybody else. They have to bow down to the demands of the supermarkets and their consumers' changing needs, but they have remained. You know, they've looked at where they need to be and what they need to change, and they've kept going despite what's happened. Do they get pressure from shareholders to change and to deviate from the plan sometimes if things aren't immediately going as well as they might? Well, who doesn't get pressure from shareholders nowadays? But I think PZ, you know, a bit like Royal Mail, they set their stall out and they've given really good, encouraging progress updates all the way down the line. So if you follow the PZ story, it's really encouraging. They are one of North West's success stories, really. Very briefly, is it the man at the top that matters? I just say this because JJB has named a new chief executive today. Keith Jones will be running the firm there. Can one man or one individual at the top make that much difference in the long term? Yes. I mean, one man doesn't make a team, obviously, but one man does create a vision and does create a culture, an environment that everybody is going to follow. And that one man has to be visionary and has to have some sort of foresight as to what they're going to do in the future. OK, well, the best of luck to Mr Jones in his new job. Let's hope he can turn around another North West firm and secure the future of the employees there. Nice to meet you, Nina. Thank you for your time.